Hi, guys. Welcome to Own Your Essence, the podcast where healing meets empowerment. I'm your host, April DeMille, a psychic medium and a life coach specializing in grief, trauma, and toxic relationship recovery. This is a space for deep conversations, powerful transformations, and raw healing. Each week, we'll dive into soul-centered topics like psychic mediumship, the supernatural, metaphysical wisdom, emotional grief, addiction, mental health, spiritual wellness, and self-discovery. Through inspiring interviews and personal insights, this podcast is here to spread awareness, spark connection, and support your healing journey. If you're ready to set boundaries, reclaim your confidence, and step into your true power, you're in the right place. Let's own your essence together. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Own Your Essence podcast, where we get to have deep transformational conversations with some of our favorite people. I am your host, April DeMille. For those of you that are seeking intuitive insight, I provide private psychic medium readings. These sessions are designed to bring clarity and direction across areas like money, career, relationships, family dynamics, spiritual evolution, and emotional well-being. If you are ready for a deeper, more personalized support, I offer private one-on-one coaching for those navigating grief, trauma, and the complexities of toxic relationship recovery. You can schedule a discovery call using the links provided to ensure it's a comfortable fit. You'll find all booking links in the show notes of every episode. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Today, I just wanted to take a moment to introduce our next guest. Her name is Summer, and she is an intuitive teacher, a channeler, an author, I'm having problems, and an author passionate about her work and helping others. So listen, she has something very exciting in store for us today. But I do want to talk about your book. Can you hold that up again? Yes, embracing your shadow. And I love this because shadow work is like, oh, that's not fun. Nobody wants to do that. But that's actually like the magic shit pot that you need to stir in order to heal.
Yeah, and there's actually kind of like there's exercises in here to help you navigate through that shadow work. So this is
So it's a
something like you
workbook
can
too.
kind of sort of, yeah, like
Okay.
there's some triggering questions or actions, um like prompts you can ask, like facing the shadow with love, like healing your shadow. As your shadow was a person, what would they look like and how would they act? And so it's something you can go back to over and over again, um, to work with, like creating moments of stillness to hear intuitional, gentle signals, and when your mind feels like it's a turbulent ocean, it's nearly impossible to sense the subtle guidance of intuition. Mindfulness calms the waves, allowing clarity and insight to rise to the surface. And then it tells you how to practice that.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
So,
And then the other one you said, the other practice was if your shadow was a person. I love that one too.
oh, okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one's
So,
good.
yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. I love that. So I have a couple just fun questions for you.
Sure.
So this was just one spiritual practice that you never skip.
I talk to my guides all the freaking time, man. I mean,
Yeah.
all the time. They are a part of my daily commute. Um, yeah, they're just with me all the time. And I would also probably bring in, like, I have a different perspective on grounding than I used to, and that recently changed when I was on a cruise. A matter of fact, I was just sitting there thinking about grounding because we hear all the time, pull the white light down through your center core and
Yeah.
connect to the earth. Well, I started taking a different perspective on it because the cord never really kind of worked with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I would try all of these other things to do it. And then all of a sudden I realized only thing we have to do is pull our intuition that sits up here, like the energy of us that sits above us, pull it through all of your essence. You're not only going to just pull it through down your center of your core, you're going to pull it down all around you.
Yeah.
And you're going to allow this to embrace all of which your energy field sits in.
Yeah.
So that's, that circumferences all of you and pull it in and connect with the earth
Yeah.
to be one. And this is all of the purpose to be one with everything.
Yeah. Well, that's a
And so
really
this,
good, like anchored,
yes. And that
position.
has worked with me. And so now I feel like I'm not reaching up to grab that intuition and living, you know, like floating up above. Now that intuition is sitting fully within me all the time.
Yeah. So
Like I'm not having to reach for it.
your approach is very similar to mine, except for mine, I don't call it intuition. I just go, okay, I just need to anchor all of me into me, like all of it,
Yeah.
just into me. So you call it intuition, I just say I need all of me into me, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Hmm.
escape this, I'm not trying to float off anywhere. I just need me right here in the present, and that's very grounding. And I
Yeah.
still definitely like will walk outside barefoot. That grounds me so
Hmm.
quickly. So things like that. But yeah, I love your approach because it sounds very similar to mine.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah. And it's just like, I mean, because like bringing the light in and anchoring, like, yeah, but I was still very floaty, still
Hmm.
very, up in, and so, and just bringing that up in down into all,
Hmm.
and I basically just, I don't even, it's more of a feeling now. It's more like I feel it more
Yeah,
when I pull it all the way down
right.
versus how I did it,
Well,
how I
because
was doing it
I
before.
think it anchors you in the present moment instead of like
More so,
overthinking and
yeah,
all the things that are happening everywhere else.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that approach. Okay, a book that you've read that has changed your life.
Untethered Soul.
Ooh, I'm writing that down. Who wrote that?
I don't
Do you-
remember.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna write it down. I'm still writing it down. Okay, and then a favorite lesson Spirit has taught you, like one of your top favorite lessons, or maybe even one you're learning now.
I mean, the lesson would be to trust.
Yeah, that's such like a
And
that's such a powerful place to be.
yeah, and so, and I think I float in and out of that lesson. Like, there's moments where I have it and I do well,
Yeah,
and then life goes on, and then I forget it, and then I struggle with it, and then I have to learn to trust again. Like,
yeah.
just because we're in a spiritual space and we're connected and we're doing the work doesn't mean that it's easy for us, right?
Mm-mm.
And
No, I'm
so we
going.
still have to,
Oh, sorry. I was going to say I'm going through a health situation that's really shaken my trust. So,
yeah. So, trust, and that's big because it hits in so many different aspects, right?
yeah,
I mean, trust sounds like a very simple word and a simple action, but it's not sometimes.
it's
Especially
not.
when you've grown up around, especially when you brought up around people that you couldn't trust,
Yeah, and
right?
that taught you to abandon yourself over and over to make them happy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's really hard. That's like probably one of the hardest things in the world to
yeah,
learn.
yeah. So I would say trust. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so you guys, we have something special because Summer, also, she's I'm going to call it cosmic, a channel for cosmic wisdom. So
Okay.
she does some really fun stuff with herself as a channel. So can you talk a little bit about Armana? Because I definitely have questions about that. And then maybe if you're comfortable, we can spend some time in your channel with Armana. Um,
Okay. So yeah.
okay.
So Armana is an um is a group of collective. They're not just from one source; they're from many different sources.
Okay.
Many of them are part of our star seeds,
Okay.
are connected to star seeds. Um,
So there's galactic nature.
yes, there definitely is. They I started channeling them um in the past, I want to say like in the past year and a half, they started coming through.
Okay.
I'm hearing 2 years, but it doesn't feel like it's been 2 years.
Okay.
But so again, I want to argue with that, but they probably know better than I do.
Yeah.
And then they feel very, I mean, I don't know, like they're pretty wise. I don't know. I mean, they're there. When I first started channeling them, I would basically um, pull up my laptop and open up the video and just record,
Oh, okay.
and then
Yeah.
sit here and do the channel because it was so very new.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize what their name was until I did another podcast and the interviewer asked them their name.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh, well, I'm going to have to watch your podcast so I know their name because I don't know their name. I'm terrible. I've never asked names. I don't,
So
I
that's so
just figure
funny
what am
that
I
you
connected
talked
with?
about that because like I have a friend that does a lot of channeling and working with galactic guides. And she and many other friends actually have asked me, what are the names? What are details? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't care. Like I never
I don't,
stop
yeah,
to
it doesn't matter.
actually, I'm like you. I never stop to ask details because I don't give a shit. And also, it doesn't matter. What matters is the bulk
Yeah,
of the message, not who,
yeah,
I don't really care who it's coming from. I already
right.
trust the source, so I don't need to question it. And also, I feel like for me specifically, and you might be able to find this relatable, is like the moment my ego starts asking questions, it actually shuts down the experience. And I'm
Pretty
like,
much. Yeah.
okay, well, that was stupid. Like, see, that just kind of like, so I just go, I don't actually give a shit. Like, I think a lot of
Yeah.
people do that. And maybe in the beginning, we even need to do that to learn to trust ourselves. But I'm not in a place where I
Mhm.
care at all. I'm just like, whatever.
I've never asked the name of anything that I've connected with
Yeah.
unless the person sitting across me wants to know.
I was going to say, unless your sitter needs something specific, like if you're doing mediumship or there's a family
Hmm.
member that's different, but that's sitter based, right? But like when I'm
Yeah.
doing stuff just for myself, I never give two shits about that. Like I'm like, whatever.
I think it's more of like what I feel because I can feel their energy. So that means
Right.
more to
So
me
you
than what
already
their
trust
name
the
is going to
source.
be.
Yeah, you already
Yeah.
know who you're talking to because you've already
Yeah.
established that bond and that dynamic, you already know that it's a safe source. So like you're not going to be like, "Oh, okay, well like we don't have to do that at certain places I think in our development."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Okay.
That and I'm
Um,
terrible with names too, anyway. So,
well, I really still think there's just like this. Um, I've also talked to another medium actually very recently, and she's a lot like you and I. She does not care. She's like, I don't need
yeah.
names. I don't need, whatever. Like she was like, sure, like I might, find out some of that information automatically downloads in us, and some
Hmm.
of it we just don't need. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm going to feel them more than anything. So if there's a
Yeah.
sitter across from me, I'm going to feel that energy. So I'm going to describe what they feel like.
Yeah.
Right. Unless they're giving me like, sometimes they'll give me like what they look like, so I may see like big curly hair, like, big burly guy, but usually I'm describing more of what they feel like or what their personality feels like, their
Yeah.
energy feels like. That's usually what comes across more evidently for me.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're channeling, you said you used to record, especially
I
in the
used to.
beginning.
I do still every now and then.
So can I ask you a question? When you
Hmm.
channel,
Hmm.
does your human remember everything or not? Like, do you step out
It depends.
fully? Oh, okay.
It depends. So I do a trance channel and do a conscious channel.
Okay.
So it depends. And usually, what I've noticed is that at the beginning, I'll remember what's taking place at the beginning, but the longer the channel goes, the further away I get from it.
Okay.
I think it's because at the beginning, I'm still very much connected to what's happening,
Yeah.
right? And so the longer the channel goes, the less I'm gonna like acknowledge or know.
Yeah. Um, I definitely like I've been in a trance to do channel, and I've also just done conscious channeling. But
Mhm.
regardless of what I do, I remember all of it. And I think that's wild. Like I just go, how do
That is
I
wild. Yeah,
right. So that's
yeah.
why I'm like, how do I don't understand that. Like I've never really wrapped my mind. That is still a question for me, myself in my own journey,
Hmm.
because I've experienced a lot of different channels and almost everybody like forgets. And I'm like, or
Yeah,
doesn't or isn't like fully aware, right? Like in that moment because
right.
they're being the channel. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to me then? Because like I still know what's happening. Like it's just wild. So I think it's strange, but everybody works differently. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So and
I don't know. Yeah.
it could just be that I'm not moving completely over because I still want a certain level of comfort and control. I don't know.
Maybe that's something you agree to. Well, I'll do this as long as I can remember what's being said.
Right, and
You know.
that feels right because like maybe I
Hmm.
because I do have plans of sharing my experiences in books and stuff, so it could be that I
Hmm.
needed to be able to retain a lot of this stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
That feels right. So when we take a moment to meet Armana, is
Mhm.
there is are you going to be channeling collective messages? Is there something, are there questions or prompts that I need to help with? Like how does that work best for you?
So, they'll come in and say whatever, but they prefer to have a two-way conversation.
Okay.
So definitely have a conversation with them. They'll come in and they'll say whatever they have to say at first, but you're more than welcome to ask questions at any time during the experience.
Okay. I don't have a list of questions. Like I haven't even
That's
thought to
okay.
so whatever happens will happen, I guess.
Yep, that's
And if
fine.
I
Yeah.
end up just being like blank, I'll just okay. So we'll
Okay.
see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, so do you need like a ready set go? Like what do you just need a few minutes to let your human sit with that?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Okay. Yay, I'm so excited. We get to meet Armana. Woohoo!
We are pleased to be here with you today. We know
Hi.
that many of you are, hi. We know that many of you are very curious about what your meaning of life is and what this is all headed to. We also understand that your planet is in a lot of turmoil, as we'll say. It's going through a lot of changes. The changes that are going on in your world today are, we will say, expansive to all that exists and all that is. As your world continues to awaken, know that your awakening is so key. It is key to many other universes and many other planets because you are the ones that are going to help the awakening of others that exist outside of your knowing of existence. You, Earth, has been, how can we say this to where you can understand? Earth is going through this huge transformation, and Mother Earth has definitely agreed to be the host for this magical but very challenging events that are taking place. The egos are breaking down. The egos are realizing that they have no place here, and they are fighting that with every tooth and nail that they have. But what is happening here is expansive or ripple effect that goes out to many universes across of what exists. And that you are all a true blessing to what is to happen across all of this expansiveness. Your reality is being somewhat tested because what has to happen here also has to happen in other places. And for this to happen, we say what you would understand as successful is going to be key on how other planets, other lives, other creations will be able to learn so that their awakening can be a little smoother, per se. So, this is kind of like the rough draft of what a planet awakening is to look like. We will say to you that, yes, it may feel very rough sometimes, that the ups and downs maybe feel very traumatic for what you go through. But we say to you that you are creating a blueprint for other civilizations, other planets, so they know more of like what not to do versus what to do. Your planet was created not necessarily, your planet was not created by humans. I think you know that. It was created by other what you would call as aliens or other beings from other planets that came here and kind of like implanted things here. And so, because of the unusual nature in which you were created, in which you were being mm, identified from, has kind of caused a lot of this. What you're experiencing today, believe it or not, like what you're experiencing today is because of what was created here from the beginning, and you're starting to open up to it, you're starting to awakening to it, and you're starting to push back. And that pushing back is absolutely what you should be doing, because you are teaching those who are closed off, those who are, unwanting to wake up, those who are fighting what has to come. You are teaching them the way to be. And the more they fight, the harder it's going to get. But those who are awakened, those who are in the light, we say to you, maintain your belief, maintain your knowing, and escape into your meditation or your channeling or whatever it is that keeps you calm, that keeps you grounded, and that keeps you from reacting to what's going on around you. You can definitely give them the love and the nurturing and the energy to heal from that. But most importantly, keep you in that love energy, keep you grounded, keep your calmness, and continue to practice being the observer of what's going on versus an active participant in what's going on. Because these battles, the ego battle, is going to continue for quite some time. But the more that you can separate and be an observant of that and be a healer for the earth and for those who occupy the earth, that's what is needed. That's where that magic is going to become. And the more that can get into that space to do that, then the faster and the more smoothly this planetary awakening will take place.
Thank you for that message. That is a beautiful message. If you I thought I'd have questions. I really was excited to have some, dialogue back and forth, but honestly, I don't have questions. I think that message was pretty perfect.
Hey everyone, Stephanie here. For those of you seeking intuitive insight, April provides private psychic medium readings. These sessions are designed to bring clarity and direction across areas like money, career, relationships, family dynamics, spiritual evolution, and emotional well-being. If you're ready for deeper, more personalized support, April offers private one-on-one coaching for those navigating grief, trauma, and the complexities of toxic relationship recovery. You can schedule a discovery call using the links below to ensure it's a comfortable fit. You'll find all booking links in the show notes. As always, thanks for tuning in.
We are blessed to be here, and we are honored to be able to share a knowledge of a knowing of what is to understand what you're going through and realizing how important it is for this planet, Earth, to go through this transformation. Because you are teaching not only yourselves, but you are teaching others that are observing and watching, and because you're creating such a magnificent existence that can carry on through other universes, through other planetary existences across all that is. We can't just say universe because there's not just one. You see, you have your nice little planetary system here, and we, as you know, there are many other planetary systems, many other small universes, but it's all encompassing. It's all of which of existence, and the existence goes on and on and on. And what you're experiencing here is just a teeny tiny part of that, but is a very important part of that because you're creating a pathway for others to learn from. You all decided to come here to go through this challenge, to go through this awakening, to create a blueprint, a step forward for others so they know how to do this, and so they know how to do this in a way that's more encumbersome, a way that is allows for that freedom of that awakening expression to come true. So your challenges, your friction across all of this is extremely important. And know that there is a purpose, and that purpose is greater than anything that we can understand, but it is a true divine purpose that is going to not only benefit everyone that's within this planetary system, but all across all that exists. It is a playbook to be written in what we would say the history of all creation.
Thank you again for your message. And Summer, I really appreciate you being able to step over and let Armana speak to us.
So we say thank you. Be blessed.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hi.
Yeah. Does it take you a few minutes?
It does. I'm always surprised to be I'm always surprised to be in a space.
Yeah.
Like just yeah, like it feels weird. It's like I'm around hard surfaces. I have light. Like it
Yeah.
feels weird.
You're like,
Like when
oh,
I come
damn,
back.
I'm back. You're like, dang.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Yeah, when I've gone through like even hypnosis or trance sessions, it takes me a minute to like recalibrate. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, I will say it does happen faster now than it used to. Used to, it would take me like 30 minutes to be able to feel back normal. So now it only takes a couple of minutes, but
Yeah. Very beautiful message, by the way. Armana has a feel. Like there was a feeling that came with Armana
okay.
that's very different than your feeling. So that's usually how I know that I'm definitely online with someone else, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And so uh there's a different feel for Armana. Also, I wanted to ask you, I got a lot of Pleiadian
Yeah.
energy out of that experience. And
Oh, yeah.
I felt like your actual your main speaker was Pleiadian
I
specifically.
think
So,
so.
okay, so I didn't know if that was information you could validate or not, but I was like, ooh, this feels very, it didn't feel all Pleiadian, I'll say that. But like I want to
Yeah.
say that like uh your main vocal, I think, like
Hmm. I
maybe
would
your
say like the spokesperson.
yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah. The
that
main spokesperson. Yeah.
that person specifically I was like, this is a
So
Pleiadian
it's
person.
very interesting. So I did a life between lives hypnosis a couple of months ago, I think it was. And one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to meet them right in
Yeah,
that hypnosis because I only like channeled them. So I wanted to meet them. And only thing I saw was it's very weird life between lives because you don't see people like you do in a regular hypnosis. Like
yeah,
only thing I saw was like figures,
right.
right? And so only thing I saw was like a group of white figures, like in a circle, you
Hmm.
know. And I did get a sense that they were very much it was very heavy Palladium, but also got a sense that there was um some other flavors mixed in there as
Yeah.
well. Like I don't know,
Hmm.
how do you say that, right? Like other starseed natives in there, like
Yeah.
from different
Just
other
other
things, right?
galactics. Yeah.
Yeah, other and so I did get a sense of that, but very interesting. And I can't believe I'm saying this because I feel like I'm talking crazy talk right now. So
No
just
way.
letting y'all know, like crazy talk's normal, but it still
Yeah.
feels crazy. So I had a friend when I was younger. I had this friend. Um, we had like an instant connection when we met. We dated for a while, but we always kind of remained connected. And then when he was 16, he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him probably about like a week before he did that, and he committed suicide. But after he passed, um, I felt my emotions towards him growing stronger and stronger over the years. And it was just, and when I actually did my first past life hypnosis, I wanted to know, why do I feel that I love this one person more than anybody ever in walking life? And they passed away when I was, 18, and I'm like 30 something now, so, and come to find out is that he is actually a part of the Armana.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like
makes
he's
sense.
not the one that I speak through,
Right.
but he's kind of like,
He's just on the committee.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
very interesting. And I was just kind of like, yeah, it was just and I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
Yeah. No, that makes sense,
Like the
Steph.
reality of it all. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, Armana has a beautiful vibe, no doubt about it. And also,
Nice. Thank
I
you.
don't, if you don't remember everything and you might not, I thought I was going to be fun and ask some questions. And then I was like, okay, I have no questions to ask. Like I was sitting here thinking I had like at least one or two questions that I was like, this seems like a good question. And then by the time Armana got to a stopping point, I was like, I feel like she actually just answered that question without me even. Anyway, so like
Okay.
I feel like the questions were already answered in the message.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I guess I don't have any questions then. Like that was
Okay.
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it
All
worked
right.
out.
Very good.
Yeah, it worked out. So so yeah, that's perfect. So Summer, I think you've been fabulous to sit with. And I think you
I think
have
this has been so fun. Yeah.
yeah, no, and I think it's really great that you were able to share Armana with us. That's a beautiful gift that the world needs more of.
Thank you.
And it's definitely a wisdom that needs to be spread like wildfire, right? Like which is the point, right? So you're definitely doing your job, and I love that. So thank you for doing that for everybody.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, it's a pleasure. You're welcome.
So you guys, if you guys want to work with Summer, where is the fastest place that somebody can find you if they want to work with you?
I would say my Facebook page.
Okay.
Is Facebook, Just Be True. So my company is Just Be True, and so that's what it is on Facebook.
Okay.
I do have a website. That's also but it's just be-true.com. I'm on there as well, but Facebook is usually where most of my stuff is, and I also have a podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, and I guess
Wait,
all of
what's
the
the name of your
above.
podcast?
I Just Be True, a soul-led soul-led podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's just has like I just finished up season 1. Season 2 will start in September. At some point I want to get to where I can do guest, but I'm just waiting for my life to kind of slow down a little bit so I can
make space for that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I will include all that in the show notes, but I like for you to just like let people know where you're at anyway. So you guys, thanks for tuning in. If this show spoke to your soul on any level, it's speaking to you for a reason. So if you would like to work with Summer, again, her information is going to be in the show notes. And if you would like to work with me privately, my booking information, my booking links are also in the show notes. So Summer, we're going to say goodbye right here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Own Your Essence. I am beyond grateful to our guests for sharing their wisdom and to you, our listeners, for being part of this journey toward healing and empowerment. If today's conversation resonated with you, please feel free to subscribe, leave a review, and share this space with others who might need it. If you have questions, topic ideas, want to be a guest, or would like to work with me privately, send an email. I'd love to hear from you.